Hi, I'm back for part 2 of day 5, food chains and food webs. Question number 1 says, seaweed is an organism found in ocean ecosystems. What would be the seaweed's role in an ocean ecosystem? Well, I know seaweed is a plant, right? And if I'm going to be slick and predict, I would say plants are producers, and that might make me think, oh no. Oh, do you think I predicted correctly? A says consumer, B says predator, C says decomposer, and D says producer. I leave it to you to decide what the correct answer might be. Number 2, the list shows how different organisms in a pond habitat obtain energy. Catfish feeds on snails, snails feed on algae, herons feed on catfish, algae makes food using sunlight. Well, and it says which food chain correctly represents the energy flow. Now, you can do this right away if you remember that every food chain starts with it starts with a producer. So the first thing to do is find the food chain that starts with a producer. And easily enough, only one of them does. The first one says snail, catfish, heron, algae. That starts with a snail. Is a snail a producer? B says catfish, snail, algae, heron. That one starts with catfish. Is catfish a producer? C says algae, snail, catfish, heron. Is algae a producer? And D says heron, catfish, snail, and algae. And that one starts with heron. Is heron a producer? I know you know which one is the producer, so you find that correct answer. All right, number 3 says, energy is passed in an ecosystem through a food web. The sun's energy goes to the clover's energy goes to the rabbit, and both the clover and the rabbit get eaten by decomposers. Okay. In this food web, which organism is a decomposer? Ooh, I kind of gave that one away. Is it the clover, the mushroom, the rabbit, or the sun that is the decomposer? You got that. Number 4, white-tailed deer are a species of deer common in North Carolina. Their diet consists of leaves and grasses because they're herbivores, right? Okay, I didn't give it away that time. What would the deer's role be? Would the deer be a consumer if they're a herbivore? Would they be a predator? Can you imagine a deer coming at you? All right, are deers decomposers that eat dead organisms? Are deers producers that make their own food? You got this. I know you do. Number 5, which statement best describes a decomposer? A, it is a, wait a minute, we don't even need to look at this yet because I think you should be slick and predict. Decomposers are organisms that, break down. What do they break down? Yep, dead organisms and turn it into what? Did I hear you say usable nutrients? I knew I did. That can go into the what? Soil. All right, so now we already know the answer. So is it A, it is a living thing that feeds on plants? We said that it's what? Didn't we say that it's an organism that feeds on dead organisms? It's a living thing that breaks down the remains of dead living organisms. Oh, it is a non-living thing that feeds on plants. And it's a non-living thing that breaks down the remains of dead living organisms. Remember, an organism is a living thing, and we said that a decomposer is an organism that breaks down the remains of dead animals. All right, number 6. The largemouth bass feeds on small fish, snails, crayfish, and salamanders. What might be the role of the largemouth bass in a freshwater ecosystem? Oh, so wait, it feeds on fish and snails and crayfish and salamander. Are those all animals? So does it eat meat? It could be a consumer, decomposer, carnivore, producer, herbivore. I know you're going to get that one now. What is the primary source of energy of most living things? Now, y'all know that everything, literally everything, starts with that great big old ball of gas up in the sky. All right, good job, y'all. I know you're going to get 100. And if you rewatch the video because you missed something, then you'll be even more sure to get 100. And make sure that you send me a text if you mess up, and I'll take it out and you can try again. Love you. Stay safe. Be well.